Thank you again to all our expert speakers. We move on to the final panel of today, focused on youth affected by TB. This will be moderated by Louis Teng, President, and Ran Soriano, TB Advocate of TB People Philippines. Louis and Ran, I hand it over to you to make the introductions of the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christina. And hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Ran from TB People Philippines, and it's my pleasure to be your moderator for today's topic. So our agenda will focus on the challenges faced by TB survivors as a youth. We will be discussing the challenges from them being diagnosed with TB, from obtaining treatment, and their experiences as well. We'll also have an insight on what our champions think on what we can improve on today's TB program. And of course, with me today, as my co-moderator, is a bearer of an inspiring survival story against the TB disease. She herself is an MDR TB survivor and the founder and president of TB People Philippines, Ms. Louis Cepeda. Hi, Louis.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you see me?
Yep,
Hi, Ran.
Hi.
So thank you, everyone, for this opportunity to host this topic, this show. And this is giving me back 10 years ago of what was lost with my experience. And I hope our panelists won't make me cry because this was the decade also where I lost my sight because of tuberculosis meningitis. So Ran, let's start introducing our panel.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I agree with you. I mean, with the advancement as well as with the history that we have with our youth, I for sure this will be a very interesting topic. But before we introduce the topic, let me just ask you a quick question, Louis. How do you think about this particular agenda that we have?
This is the much awaited inclusion for all of our national strategic planning in our countries. This sector, this youth, is very much what we need to hear from, because we're trying to assume what they need, what this sector is experiencing, but no, it has to come from them. So this is a good opportunity given by our partners, our sponsors. So good move for doing this show.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. And thank you for that, Louis. So now it's time for us to introduce our panelists for this session. So everyone, please welcome TB Changemaker, Akansha Labade. Hello, Akansha. And we have TB Advocate, Siti Fika Nuria of Pop TB Indonesia.
Hello.
All right. And lastly, we have TB Advocate, Remelin Omas as with TB People Philippines. Hi, Rem. All right. Well, good day to all of you. And can you share us a little bit of information about yourself? Maybe we can start with Akansha.
Sure. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. First of all, I think this is a great opportunity and a great platform for me to share my story and to inspire a lot more people and a lot more young people, especially who are out there who are suffering. And to start with my introduction, I was diagnosed with tuberculosis when I was in the United States. It was year 2020, and I was in the midst of my master's, and it was a very difficult time for me. And it's been 2 years. It was almost 2 years of my that my disease was almost there. I was diagnosed with MDR tuberculosis. And but I'm completely free now in year 2022. This year itself, like in the month of May, I am tuberculosis free. And so yeah, to my introduction, yes, I'm a TB survivor, but yes, I survived and I did not give up. So
that's good. Yeah, good to hear. Congratulations for being a champion.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Akansha. Let's move on to Fika.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Fika. I'm a member of Pop TB Indonesia. And POPTIB Indonesia is an umbrella organization for survivor organization in the region. And we have a vision to increase the capacity of TB survivor organization. Same with Akansha, I'm a survivor of DRTB. It was 9 years ago when I was 19, and I was a student of one university in East Jakarta. It's I live in Bogor, and then it takes approximately 45 minutes from Bogor to Jakarta by train, and I usually go to campus by it. Over to you, Brad.
Okay, thank you, Fika. Now let's move on to Ram. Hi, Ram. Kindly introduce yourself.
All
Yeah, I
right, we have
think
to check. Yeah, we have to check. Maybe she's having some
maybe she,
connection problems.
yeah,
Yeah.
connection problems. But given the information from the two of you, I mean, back in the days, but not so long ago, still youthful, right? So, well, I can just remember a couple of years back. I'm just focused of uh, what was my vision as a youth. I was part of the athletics team, so I'm just focused on my sport and all that. I'm just really not aware so much of things happening, and imagining that the two of you were a student back then, right? So I could just imagine, maybe studying, and then you have challenges like this one. So yeah, well, kudos to you, to the two of you. I think Rem is online. Rem, can you hear us? Okay. Hi, Rem. Kindly introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello.
Okay, Gil. So, Ram, what was your life before the disease?
Before TB, I am a fresh graduate at 21 years old. I am working in a private company in Makati. I am also a breadwinner in our family since my father passed away.
Yeah.
I am living alone here in Manila because my parents and siblings are they are in
The province. Mm.
Yes.
And as far as I know, you also have DRTB that at that time you got diagnosed, right?
Yes, sir.
So I am surrounded by very powerful champions here to survive DRTB, including Louis. Louis also survived TB meningitis, right?
Oh yeah, and listening to all of our panelists, actually, my situation back then was I was a fresh graduate of architecture, and all I do is watch movies and play billiards. So that was my situation before. So that was at the age of 24 when this happened to me. So this is very interesting for all of their background information. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead with our experience during treatment. How was it there in their setting, in their country?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm very interested to know that. So, since you were still young back then, how did you feel when you were advised that you had TB? What were the challenges you faced while being treated? Maybe again, we can start with the concept.
Yeah, sure. So to start with, so my whole treatment was I did it in India. So to be very frank, I was in the United States when it was diagnosed to me, and I was I was coughing like since many months, and I did all the tests, and in the beginning, so luckily I could take my degree. Take my degree back home. So I was doing masters of business administration and finance. Luckily, I could do my complete my degree. In fact, I even grabbed up a job. I bagged a job, but like my joining date was, for example, it was in the month of August first week. But in the July month, I started feeling sick somehow, and my chest was aching. I was coughing a lot. I was getting chills, fevers, And then I finally decided, like, okay, I think I should go to the doctor. And when I went, I did all the CAT scan, everything. And then I came to know that I was diagnosed with MDR tuberculosis. I was like completely shattered because it was my dream to, work in the US. And I already, I really worked hard to, get that job. It was COVID times. It was 2022 or 2020, I'm sorry. So it was the peak COVID time. During that time, it was really very difficult to bag a job. But, with all the difficulties, I could do it. I was really very, sad and upset. But I also tried that I could get my treatment over there for 2 weeks almost. I ran to a lot of clinics over there, to a lot of laboratories, did all my tests, but I was not, successful in finding a right kind of treatment over there, because I think it's
Mm.
eradicated in the United States. It's not their fault too. And so I had to come back to India. I came with a rescue mission. It was called as Vande Bharat mission. I came through Air India. And at that time the borders were also closed. It was very difficult for me to even enter India at that time. But
Mm.
luckily, but luckily it happened. I just came on time. And after coming, I was immediately shifted to the hospital because my condition was really bad. In fact, I would like to share one thing, that when I reached to the airport, I was like, I saw my mom. I even said hi to her, but then she did not recognize me. She just went ahead. I mean, because she did not expect me to be so thin. I was almost
More.
42
Mm.
kgs when I came back. She did not recognize me. And so that was one of the instances which I just wanted to share. So I came back. I was immediately admitted to the hospital, and then my treatment was, just started. I did all the kind of tests. I also went to bronchoscopy, which we need to do because my sputum was not much of, you can say, it was not I couldn't get it just through the cuff. So I had to go through that bronchoscopy, which is a kind of a procedure. It's like a mini operation, you can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to go through that for the sputum. And then it came to know I had multiple drug resistant tuberculosis. And there were few medicines which were okay for me, few medicines which were not okay for me. And then for the 2 years, I took all these medicines. I think India is the best place for, I could find for, my own country, because I could see the difference, a lot of difference in the treatment. Uh, because the thing is that all the medicines which I was provided were all from the government of India. There was one medicine called as bedaquiline, which has been introduced, and because of that medicine, I guess I survived. Because if that medicine was not there, I would have to go through the injections which we have to take, almost three injections we have to take on daily basis, I guess. And I had to I skipped all of that kind of treatment, because there was a medicine called as bedaquiline. Definitely there were many side effects, like I almost lost my 2 feet in the process. So there was one medicine which side effect caused that I lost I lost the nerves of both of my feet. So nerves of
Oh,
both were damaged. I was almost on a walker for 6 months. I mean, still my feet are not completely 100% fine, but since the side effect was reversible, it's like my feet are fine and much better now. But just
yeah.
the sensation is not yet back. But yeah, I'm just back on my feet. I can dance back, so I'm just happy about that, because I just love dancing, and those 6 months were very very difficult for me because I couldn't walk properly. There were my family members. They had to help me in everything. I just felt helpless at that time. But yeah, I mean, if I wanted to get better, I also obviously had to go through the side effects which the medicines had. Eating 15 to 20 medicines every day was definitely not easy. Definitely not easy, because that changed a lot of things in my body. Uh, it really changed how my skin shade. My skin shade also had changed. The doctor told me that it is going to be darker, 3 times darker. I said, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. Probably I had to do all the tests like LFT, KFT, the kidney, the liver, every each and every body organ. It gets affected with the kind of medicines that the tuberculosis medicines has. But then again,
Yeah.
that eventually made my lungs healthier. So no complaints of that. I mean, side effects happen, but then yeah, you can see me. I'm all fine. I
Yeah,
gained
you
my
are.
weight. I gained my weight up to almost 10 to 15 kgs. I was 42 when I came. Now I'm
That's good.
55. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
gained gain my weight. Also, in terms of my career, to be very frank, in those 2 years, I was little mentally shattered because I all the way came from the United States. I wanted to, stand back on my feet. Almost for 2 years, I was unemployed. I was because not. I can say that I was unemployed because I was sick, so I won't call myself unemployed. But I was resting, and sometimes resting is not just laziness; it is a medicine. So that was a medicine which I took for 2 years. I rested, and then I got better. I also am working in one of my dream companies, and so I'm really very happy about
That's
that.
good.
My
That
career
one, that one is that is the sharing of Akansha later. So that I think she was able to really detail all of what we experienced. How about Vika? I think she has similar stories also.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Vika.
Yeah.
Thanks, Akansha.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to share my experience with TB. So I felt TB symptoms in early 2013, and I had a cough a lot. Then I bought some medicine in the drugstore, and then after 1 month, my cough hasn't go away. And then I had no appetite, and then I have lost weight, and then I realized that something was wrong, and that this is not an ordinary cough. Then I checked to the hospital, and then the doctor told me I had a TB. And my very first reaction is just like, "Are you sure?" Because I thought tuberculosis is only affect the old and maybe the poor, and I have no idea how
Stigma.
I got infected.
Yeah.
No one in my family has TB, and where do I get the TB? And then the doctor explained to me about TB. TB is airborne, and that it can affect any one of us and anywhere. And then I started treatment for sensitive TB. It took 6 months of the treatment, and my condition is not good, so I decided to take a college leave for 1 semester. And at the 3 or 4 months of the treatment, the result of X-ray and sputum test did not change significantly, and as a result, I'm positively infected by DRTB. I have to do a treatment for 12 months, and I have no idea why I felt the sensitive TB, because I was taking medicine every day. However, I often vomit and did not take my medicine on time. And then I underwent the RTB treatment for 20 months with injection for 8 months. And then the DR treatment is very super challenging for me, because I had to go to the healthcare center every day and then get injection and take a dozen pills, and I also had to deal with drug side effect. And then when after 5 months of running the RTB treatment, I felt a little bit better, and then I decided to return to the college. And here the things challenge increase, because I must divide my time between lectures and treatment, and the side effect of medicine also make difficult for me to accept blessing. And beside this thing, I also face the fact I must cover up that I'm one of the people affected by TB, because I feel ashamed at the time, and then I afraid of being ashamed of my friend know about my illness. And in the end, I successfully complete the RTB treatment in 2015.
Okay.
The first I recovered, I was very grateful, because I didn't have to swallow dozen pills every day, and slowly the side effects of the drug that I felt disappear, and I can focus for more on completing my final project in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for
That's my
that.
story.
They have rejection. They
Yeah,
have
I
rejection that
agree.
time. Yeah. Okay.
I agree, and I know for sure you had the same experience. But Pika, look at you right now, right? After all those challenges, I know for sure it had led you for being or where you are right now.
A lot
So
of
kudos to
catastrophic
you.
cost also.
Yeah,
I see that there's a lot of catastrophic cost. How about Rem?
yeah. How about you, Ram?
Are you there? Okay, good.
Oh, you're on mute.
I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. I had a treatment since 2019. And I was so shocked when I diagnosed. Nobody told me what to do, even my relative. When I was um when I was able to talk to TB people, I am I
Cried to
know
me.
I hear
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead.
Sorry. When I was able to talk to TB people, I started to hear more information about TB. Since I am having a hard time, I'll always cry every night, overthinking, and I am also worried that I might not be able to walk anymore since I became a bedridden for 4 months, and I experienced wearing a diaper.
Hmm.
That
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the story. I mean, Rem had shared that story with us, and I know she feels a little bit emotional because she can still recall what really happened, right, Ate Louie?
That was just, I think, early this year when she finished the treatment. So don't worry, baby, we're here for you. But that, I think all of them experience all of these stigma, discrimination, catastrophic cost, all of these stopping the
Yeah.
school because of this disease. Back in my experience, it was more of me, a fresh graduate of my degree architecture, and then everything just, all of my dreams of going to Singapore, all of my dreams of being an international architect, it was dissolved. So all of these directions that we needed at this age is really much lacking when we were having this treatment.
Yeah.
So
Well. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think let's go ahead with our last question for all of them.
Yeah. So finally, now that you are cured and you are where you are right now, for sure, one thing led to another and put you to the places where you at right now as a TV advocate. So I just want to ask, probably now that you have survived the dreaded TB disease, what are three empowering messages, quick messages that you can share with our youth today? Akansha? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I think the most empowering message I would give to so in my bio also I've written that no one must lose any finite hope in the infinite problem. So the thing is that so maybe life isn't about just avoiding the bruises. Maybe it is about collecting the scars to prove that we showed up, we did it, and tuberculosis just didn't kill us, but I think it just made us more alive by showing us that okay, if we can do it, if we can go through such a huge disease, such a big disease, then I think anyone can. So just not
Nice.
losing hope is the message I would like to give out to the youth, because I think that is the most important thing. And the
That's true.
unthinkable happens when you just once we choose hope, everything is possible.
That's
Fighter,
true.
okay.
Yeah, what a
Clap, clap,
fighter.
clap.
Yeah. Salute, salute.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Akansha. And I
How about
agree.
Fika?
Not lose
Yeah.
not to lose hope. How about you, Fika? Messages to our youth.
Okay. TB makes people unable to be productive. Meanwhile, productive young people are the future of the nation. So you can imagine what will happen to a nation if youth do not care about tuberculosis. And for those young people who infected by TB, my message is you don't have to feel ashamed or alone or no work. Just believe it. Young people can still work and continue to reach our dream after recovering from TB, and use your experience as a TB survivor to make more contribution for other by sharing your positive energy and becoming an
Mm-mm.
agent of change, such as helping the country to conduct a program elimination of TB. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Leader.
it. Right. That's really
That's a
inspiring. I mean,
leader.
true
Nice
enough.
one.
Yeah, use
Mm,
your own experience, build a story, share it to people. That's great. That's great. And
good.
lastly, Rem.
Did
having
she? Okay.
enough knowledge about TB education, experience is the best teacher, but proper knowledge and trainer are even better.
Oh, that's
Share your
nice.
story. Second, share your story of on how you survive the challenge. TB Rehab, it will teach young people how to deal with TB. Our story is the best and most powerful testimony. As a TB survivor, I know the feeling. Let's strengthen TB people, TB support, because more than medicine, they also need motivation and encouragement, depression and anxiety.
That's
Thank you,
good. Well,
Chris.
thank you. Yeah, thanks,
Good
Ram.
job. Just
I actually
directions. People will know what to do. Mm-mm.
true. How about you, Louis?
Well, good.
Any messages or
Mm-mm.
anything upcoming events that we need to know?
Okay. For my message, of course, now that I am a person with triple discrimination experiencing, how do you call this? All of these I'm a multi-sectoral representation because I'm a woman. I am a former patient, and now I'm a person with disability, totally blind, and I represent those who are least, last, and lost. And I always tell all of the people that we talk to that I may not design structures anymore, but I not design healthier lives. So I hope that we were able to really provide that kind of direction on how to deal with these kinds of challenges in our lives, because this is just a one-way trip. All we have to do is make sure that we do our best to anything that's given to us by the Lord Almighty. For all of our advocacies that our group is doing, actually, Pop TV is also one of our colleagues. We really like to make sure that the country's participation in our NFM4 is going to be very much community or person-centered base or person-centered care. And I hope that we community will be heard this time around, because we really are looking for that kind of paradigm shift on making sure that we reach the unreached. More with our preparation for our UN high-level meeting next year in September, we really have to make this a huge change for this communicable disease. TB and HIV co-elimination program that we're trying to create. So TB People is there with you, and also all of our international colleagues. So I think this is our wrap up for our panel session, and we're ready to
Yeah,
take our Q&A.
that's true. So thank you, ladies, to our panelists for sharing their
Mm-mm.
experiences, and also, of course, for the update, Louis.
Yes.
It's truly a remarkable
Mm,
experience hearing from because I personally I've heard about the stories of Louis and Rem as well, but knowing Akansha, meeting Akansha and Fika, that's really something, and it's such an honor to hear from you. What are your experiences and how you championed for this
mm-mm.
TB disease? So
Yeah.
do we
Very
still have like
similar stories,
yeah,
yeah, but different settings. So you
true.
really have
I
to see the
totally agree.
governance of the country, yeah. So do we have any questions from the floor?
Checking. I think that all of them are just saying that you guys are inspirational, inspiring session. So that's really cool. Good job to you guys. You champion and still successing. You know, as of today, and I hope those youth that will be able to touch or to hear your stories would have you in mind. You know, as they face challenges and also maybe they have TB disease or maybe their family members. Hopefully, they would use this as an inspiration so that they can champion their lives. Right. So thank you
Yes,
so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I turn over the floor to Christina. Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me see that I'm back on screen. Let me just check that I am. I would like to first, before we move to the next session, thank you to the panel and your honest sharing. I have so many words that have come out, but the ones I'm going to share is the words choose hope, believe, and get knowledge, do our best. Before we move to the closing address, we want to hear from you, the participants. So if you check in on the chat box there, you will see a link. So there'll be two links. The first link in the chat box is where we will build a word cloud together. So let us see what comes in. It will show up on screen, I'm hoping. and type in the language you feel most comfortable. So if we can see here, if any of the words will come in. Do you have the link? So while you're getting acquainted with the first link, let me also share that there will be a second link that is followed. So when you're done with the first word in the word cloud, we would love for you to click on the second link to answer 3 questions, and that should not take more than a minute. And let me also share with you some information. Okay, so we've got some, oh my goodness, see already words are coming in. I've got inspired and inspirational. I have champion. I'm not sure if it's showing up on your screen. Yes, it is. Inspiring, inspiration, and champion. I'm going to share a few more words before I go to some of the logistics, because this is, as you've put, so inspiring. So it does take a little bit of time to pop up. I'll wait a couple more seconds before I go to chatting a little bit more about what you guys need to remember. So I've got now a little bit more words coming in. So thank you so much for those that have been really fast at typing in your words. Remember, you can choose the language that you feel most comfortable in. The words I'm getting, again, inspirational, inspiring, youth, informative, champion. So thank you so much for those that have started. Those that are still typing away, please don't stop. Again, do also click on the second link to answer the 3 questions. I want to also let you know that the event platform that you've been on is available for online access for about a month after the event. So do feel free to go back to watch playbacks and connect with one another on the ABPN connector for meetings and collaboration. I want to also add a thank you to all speakers and participants for today. We look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow. We've had 1 half day. We have another half day tomorrow afternoon with youth as our focus and why we need innovative approaches for awareness and influencing health-seeking behaviors. So we were going to turn off the screen and move to the closing address from Rashana Asha. Let me say that again. Sorry, Rashana. Rashana Asharia, Associate Director, Infectious Disease and Vaccines, Global Public Health at Johnson & Johnson. So thank you very much. Over to Rashana and see you tomorrow.